right? So, how am I going to find this area? Well, this part of it's not hard. What's that? 16. This part's a little dodgy, right? But we already did surface area. If this is 5, how far is this? 4. So the height here is 3, yes? So that triangle is 3 by 8 divided by what? 2. 3 times 8 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. So this triangle is 12. What's the rectangle? 16. What does that equal? 28. That's the area of my base. What do I multiply it by? The height, which is not this, because this isn't a real thing. The height is the direction of repetition. So it is 15. 280 and 100 is 380 and 40, 420? 420. And let's get all our jokes out now. Wait, since it's a 420 joke, we should laugh like this. I get it. 420. All right. G. Does G have a base? Yep. What is it? It's the axe shape, right? Or whatever you would... The butcher knife, the cleaver, right? From cartoons. Okay, I got you. Let's be a little less violent. It's the lying down P. How's that? Lying down P makes a giant mess, though, right? You should stand up or sit to pee. See what I did there? Okay. It's a kaboobly Heinz. It doesn't matter. The point is that's the base. So, if I know that green area and I multiply by what? Which is? It's on your page, Prab. Look down. I can't. Oh, 6. 6. I will know the volume, won't I? How will I find that? Well, it's 2 rectangles. What's that? 11 by what? 4. 44. What's this? 11 by 2, which is what? 22. What's 44 and 22? 66 times what? 6. 60 times 6 is 360. 6 times 6 is 36. So 396. Right? Is Thomas. Could you? Okay. Now, Thomas, get out of my brain. Because the next thing I'm about to say is I can think right now, Thomas stole one of them from me. I can think of now a third way to do this volume. AJ. You could find this volume, and add them, right? You could also find this volume, 6 by 4 by 22, and subtract out this volume. What is wrong? And wrong is the wrong word. Why do I not recommend you go down those paths? Because it doesn't work all the time. Now, if you see it, are you allowed to go down those paths? Yes. Of course. But if you don't see it and you understand this thing, should you be wasting too much brain power? No. Everybody cool? Excellent. Now, yes, of course, you could have split it you could have split it this way and found this volume and that volume. Again, I don't care what you do. All right? Okay. Good. I'm happy with volume on prisms and pyramids. Let us move on. Now you will notice that this is 1.6. The very next thing is a quiz, yeah? Suhani. Back to F. Yes, I can. Sometime after tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Because we're going to have... Yeah. We're going to do the sphere stuff right now. Catherine.
I'm just wondering for number F. For F.
Everybody does that. Every teacher does that. Number F, and then some kid always goes, "Don't you mean letter, Mrs. Macrumble?" And she's nice. She's like, "Of course I meant letter." I am not nice.
Okay.
If I say number F, you know what I mean. Just like on Friday when I say I'll see you tomorrow, I don't want to hear, "Tomorrow's Saturday." So go on with your question.
Yeah. So
I see your hands. I'll get to you.
So they have the rectangle, like for the base, you added like the rectangle and then you added the triangle.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering how you immediately knew that the height of the triangle was 3.
Oh, well, because when I draw that, I make a 90 degree there, don't I? Which cuts this 8 in half, doesn't it?
Yes,
That's 4. That's 5. And 3, 4, 5 triangles. It's a Pythagoras thing. 5 squared is 25, minus 4 squared is 16, 25 minus 16 is 9, square root of 9 is 3.
Oh, so you just did it
3, 4, no. 3, 4, 5 triangles always work. So do 6, 8, 10 triangles. So do 9, 12, 15 triangles. It's just something you know in math when you've practiced a bit. I'm a little hurt that you people don't know what a 3, 4, 5 triangle is. But don't worry. No, it's not your fault. I'll fix it. Vani. It's Sophie's birthday too? It's Selena's birthday too. Good gravy, it's a double birthday. Who else? Shut up your face, but Anusha's not in the class, so it's only a double birthday in here. I don't care. You guys never care about anything else. You're all talking about stuff that isn't math. Did anybody say, "Hey, Mr. Myers, can I talk about stuff that's not math?" No. Nobody ever asks. If you want to sing, sing. A 3, 4, 5, 6.
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
Yeehaw!
Happy birthday, dear Sophie. Sophie, it's your birthday? Happy birthday to you.
That's like the worst minute, isn't it?
I
know. I hate it too. And I've been through 43 of them. Right? It's just, yeah. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot about this one. Of course, it's just pi r squared h. Pi times 9 times 8, 72 pi. All right. Now, listen up. Prisms and pyramids are all easily constructed from three-dimensional shapes, yes? I could give you a flat piece of paper and you could fold it up, cut it up, do that grade 6 thing where you put the little tabs on it, use glue stick, and make all kinds of prisms, yes? We could all do that till the cows come home, right? The problem with spheres is spheres, I know, I like saying it that way. Spheres do not have a flat model. There is no way you can take this and turn it into a sphere.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. That does not make a sphere. That makes a million trillion flat sides. You cannot make a sphere because the sphere is, pardon me? Okay. Here you go. I give you a sphere. You spend the next class making it perfect. You won't. You know why? Because it will have a million little flat sides. All right, Preston. There are perfect spheres in theory. They do not exist in the world. A basketball is an example of it. Chances are it's not perfect. Okay. Okay. Earth is not a sphere. Earth is fatter in the middle because Earth's 4.6 billion years old. How can it expect to keep its trim middle? I'm 43 and I'm getting fat in the middle. It's 4.6 billion. But to be fair, Earth does a lot of exercise running around the sun every year. And of course, everybody knows Earth is flat, so it doesn't matter.
No, I saw this thing that was like, it's just a big brown.
Yes, I know. And Australia is not real. Everybody, Australia, you fly, there's some miracle spot on the flat Earth that you fly like around in a circle and you get back to the same, like, oh my, whatever. Yeah, okay. So, spheres don't have a flat version. So with spheres, you're stuck with the formula. And the formulas are derived from experimentation. You all have heard the legend of Archimedes jumping into the tub, having the water go up, going eureka, and figuring out how to decide if the crown was all gold or not. If you haven't heard that legend, go ask your TOK teachers. It doesn't matter. No. The point is, that is how this was discovered. Okay? Spheres were constructed and then dropped in water. Volume was measured, and they used reverse engineering to come up with these two formulas. Okay? Now, of course, you're well aware that a sphere is based on a circle. It is an infinite number of spun around circles in infinite directions. That's what makes a sphere. So since circles are involved, we got to involve pi. And both of them are right here. So the formulas are right there. It's easy peasy. I'm going to make a small change to this. Many of you make a horrible error here and insist on using 1.3 because you got a thing for decimals and you're scared of fractions. Don't. A lot of you don't recognize that this 4/3 pi r cubed is the exact same thing as 4 pi r cubed, all divided by 3. When you go to put this in your calculator, a great many of you screw it up. This is easily put into your calculator because you do the whole top, 4 pi r cubed equals, then divided by 3. Okay? Of course you would use the pi button because we are not in grade 6 anymore. We will never use 3.14. It is always pi. Okay? This, no good. Do this. Now, the problem here, like everything, is I can leave you with the formula and walk away. But a great many of you then have issues. For example, these are spheres, yes? Okay, what if I told you I wanted the surface area of a hemisphere? What would you do to the formula? AJ? Of course you may. Of course. I heard some of you say, well, I would just divide by 2. Okay, so that's 2 pi r squared, yes? Right? Except, what did I just make there when I cut my sphere in half? Another circle, didn't I? So what's the area of that green circle? Pi r squared. How many pi r squareds? 1. So what do I got to do with the red part, which is this? and the green part? Multiply them. Add them. So a solid hemisphere is actually 3 pi r squared for a solid hemisphere. Why am I specifying solid?
Because you're saying that there's like, it's not hollow.
What if it was hollow? What would the surface area be?
It'd still be the same because it's all the area.
It's all the area inside, right? So if it's hollow, it's technically still that. Picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah. All right. And then now let's talk about volume. What's the volume of a hemisphere? Well, it would be 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. And then what? If it's a hemisphere, what do I have to do to that volume? Divide it by 2. In volume, do I have to care about new surfaces I create? No. So I'm going to divide this by 2, yeah? Now, if I was going to write divided by 2 and I wrote it this way, barf, fractions already scare you enough. That is utterly frightening. I could make a horror movie visible only to kids in elementary and high school, and the whole horror movie would just be me drawing fractions. And all of you would be like, ah! Right? Because you're that scared of them. Of course, dividing by 2 is the same as what? Dividing by 2 is the same as what? Times 1/2. What is 4 pi r cubed times 1? This is not a trick question. 4 pi r cubed. What is 3 times 2? 6. What would you then do with 4 and 6? To what? Yeah, 2 pi r cubed over 3. That's a hemisphere volume. Everybody cool? All right, listen to me carefully. I'll put it back in a second. Listen to me carefully. I'm giving you 2 pieces of work today. You are to attempt 1 and 2. Now listen, number 1 is a pre-test of your algebra skills. Like, I haven't reviewed algebra. I'm interested to see if you can do this without me reviewing it. And number 2 is actually a volume question. So this one uses the formula. Your job tonight is to attempt those 2, and that is it. Tomorrow you're going to do some work with spheres and such. We'll go over it, and Thursday you will be writing a quizzle. I don't like to call them quiz because then you all get, quiz, even though they're not worth anything. So I give them cute little nicknames so you don't have to be scared of them. Like naming your pet tiger Babette. But if you don't, you just need to get a cute little name and all of a sudden it's not going to tear your face off. But it will, because it's a tiger.